As much as the Kardashians are hated, they are pioneers of reality TV, and as a full-on nerd about reality TV, like, I have to acknowledge their impact on the genre. Hello and welcome back to the Miscellaneous channel where we do miscellaneous things. I'm Selene. I typically cover TV, pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things on this channel, so subscribe if that's your vibe. So today I'm doing a bit of an impromptu video, something I had kind of planned to do but did not really prepare my shit for. I wanted to talk to y'all about the reboot of the Kardashians. Depending on how this season goes, I might do a video after the finale reviewing the season as a whole, but the pilot came out and I had thoughts about it and I was like, why not make a video? I was intrigued when they finally made the big move to stop their Keeping Up with the Kardashians show and pick it up on streaming. If I feel passionately about the whole season, I'll just make a video after the finale that is more thorough and informed, but as of now I just want to say what I thought of this new direction for the Kardashians. So let me start with, is the Kardashians reboot worth watching? Not really. It's not necessary viewing at all. If you like this type of reality TV, like slice of life reality TV, docu reality TV, maybe it's worth a try. If you're a fan of the Kardashians, it's worth a try. It is very high production value, and if you've been following the tabloids or, you know, the gossip about Kim Kardashian and the whole Kanye drama, and Pete Davidson, also Khloe and Tristan Thompson, Kylie and her pregnancy. Like, if you've been following that news, then you'll probably like the show because they are showing us all of that. I think this is a great move for the Kardashians, and I'm surprised it took them this long to finally go towards streaming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians started in the mid 2000s on the E! Network, and it stayed there for years until a few years ago. It's been a few years since the Kardashians have been off TV, and they had been on TV for all of those years since the mid-2000s. It's hard for me to think about since I didn't watch a ton of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'd watch it here and there, especially in high school, really early days. So I didn't realize how much of their lives they had put out there, and this is their big comeback moment. So if you're interested in just that narrative, sure, it's worth a try, but like if you're not interested at all in the Kardashians, then not to worry. This is a skip. I do want to say I recommend, there is a Hulu ABC News special that it's like an hour long, and it has the history of the Kardashians, just kind of an overview. And when I saw that on my homepage on Hulu, I was like, this is perfect because I didn't watch a lot of the original show and I just want to get a thorough history before I dive into the comeback reboot season. I think it's just called The Kardashians ABC News special on Hulu. It is from the Kardashians' perspective, so it's not like a critical lens. I think on YouTube you can find a lot of great like video essays that are critically analyzing the Kardashians and like all their wrongdoings, their cancellations and scandals. So I recommend YouTubers for that. This ABC News special is more just like a history from their perspective and with recent interviews of the Kardashians themselves. It's actually super recent, and they addressed the Kim Kardashian recent drama. If you don't know, she was asked to provide advice for women in business, and she said, get your fucking ass up and work.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
And work.
Get your fucking ass up, work. Get your fucking ass up, work.
I've been living for the remixes of that, not gonna lie. It became this instantly roasted moment on Twitter. Rightfully so. It was a stupid thing to say. So she addressed that in the special, said, you know, it came off bad and it was taken out of context. It wasn't, but I get what she means, but at the same time, she's just not someone that should be saying that. It's kind of playing with fire when you're a public figure like her who rose to fame from not having a particular talent aside from like an interesting personality to certain people. So let me just get into my thoughts on the rebooted pilot episode of the Kardashians. I just wanted to see how it was going to feel different from their network show, though I'm not that familiar with like the later seasons of it. I'm sort of familiar. I've watched episodes here and there. I remember in the first episode, Kim is getting ready to go on the Tyra show for some big interview, and that's like the big plot of the episode. That's literally season 1, episode 1. It felt like in this reboot, they wanted to, I keep calling it reboot. It's not necessarily, whatever. I'm just going to use the word reboot, but it's their comeback, their rebrand, whatever you want to call it. In the reboot, they seem to kind of call back to the first episode because the main plot of it is that Kim is getting ready to host SNL. It's kind of a big full circle moment, and it felt like a callback to that first episode, which I found interesting. But the production value has been just elevated a ton. The opening shot of the new Kardashians is really amazing. It's this like drone footage going through all of their mansions. Obviously it's very excessive, and the wealth is sickening in both ways, I guess. But it's pretty grotesque. But these drone shots are really cool, really fun way to wrap everyone together. It's like gathering the Avengers, basically. Everyone's doing their own thing. Like Kylie is at her cosmetics company, and Courtney is with her kids, and everyone's doing their own thing and gathering together for a barbecue. Another big plot of the episode, I had seen this on Twitter, but I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. One of Kim's children, I don't know which one of the smaller ones, shows her his iPad. Apparently it's a thumbnail of her crying meme, but when you click on it, it says that there's unreleased footage of Kim's sex tape. This is another kind of callback to the very first episode as well, and they acknowledge it on the show. Chloe's like, oh my god, we're talking about your sex tape again, like episode 1 of Keeping Up. So Kim, throughout the episode, she freaks out when she sees this, but the little boy can't read yet, so he didn't see anything inappropriate, just the crying face, and was like, haha, mom, it's you. Which, oh my god, something I do find very ethically ambiguous about this whole thing is their children. If y'all follow the Kardashians, you know they are single-handedly repopulating the earth with all the children they have. I mean, more power to them. They can actually afford children in this economy. I just feel for these children, and I worry about them, just like they're not at the age to give consent to have their entire lives documented on camera. Though I don't think they're gonna try to exploit the children too much. They seem to be mostly in the background and not like huge focuses. But Kendall and Kylie grew up in this way too in the original show. I mean, they turned out okay, I guess you could say, but I feel horrible for Kylie getting so much surgery at such a young age, and Kendall struggles with some depression. Or am I confusing her with Bella Hadid? I think I am, but Kendall has her demons. I don't know. I just don't think it's the best thing for all of their children to be exposed on reality TV like this. I think it's maybe something that will have laws against it in the future. I think it's a similar concept and moral issue that people have with family vloggers and how they document so much of their kids' lives and growing up. And it's just embarrassing. Like, you don't want to be growing up in front of millions of people. And the Kardashians are the biggest influencers on the planet, so everyone wants to know what their kids are doing. It is definitely questionable, and as much as Kanye, had his public freakouts in a very horrible way for his family and everybody, I do feel like he's the one that maybe is opposed to this and would not want this for his kids. So I'm just like, I can see maybe where some frustrations come from on his side. I mean, they talk about him a lot on the show, so he was aware this was all being filmed. I get where his frustrations might be coming from. I don't agree with how he goes about dealing with the frustrations, but I do feel icky about seeing all of their kids on camera so much. So yeah, Kim's kid finds this Roblox thing, which is the most 2022 thing, claiming to have some unreleased sex tape footage. The kid doesn't read, so it's okay, but Kim freaks out and is trying to sue Roblox or sue somebody. Apparently it's actually some former manager of Ray J, some sort of connection to the original sex tape. I don't know if they totally resolved this issue. She just, calls her lawyers and says sue everybody, and that seems to handle it. Some interesting things I'm excited for seeing this season on the Kardashians, and I didn't realize I would be like excited for this. I just hear all of the news and updates about the Kardashians' lives that, like, when I see it on the show, I'm like, Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Oh my god, Travis Barker and Kourtney, of course. We see on the first episode that Kourtney and Travis are already together, and in the preview for the season, we see that they're gonna document the proposal between them. At this point, they've been secretly Vegas married or whatever, but we get to see that relationship develop and the proposal and all that, so that's gonna be kind of exciting for the season. But we see them be all lovey-dovey in this first episode, and I was like, I thought it'd be further back and Travis wouldn't be in this, but Travis Barker was there. We catch up with Scott, which I was like, I haven't seen Scott Disick in so long because I don't think about him. He seems pretty much like part of the family, like a brother to everybody, especially Khloe. They're really close randomly. And he gets mad he wasn't invited to the barbecue. I don't know. I think it's just dumb reality TV stuff. They're trying to get him to be around the family while Kourtney is with Travis, and they have a lot of PDA. They're very touchy-feely. They worry about Scott being near Kourtney while she's with Travis. Kourtney is smitten. Apparently she knew Travis for like 8 years and they would work out together and they were best friends, and that's how they ended up together. And I was like, that's so random. Why would this emo drummer guy work out with Kourtney Kardashian? Kourtney says she loved not having the reality show at all. She notoriously hates the show. She's so annoying. I don't hate her that much. I'm being ridiculous. I think out of everyone's brands, Kourtney Kardashians is the most bullshit to me because it's just a knockoff of Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, and it's just a blog selling naive people shit they don't need. So that's my bias against Kourtney Kardashian. But that's what's up with her. She seems really happy, and all the sisters are like, we love her and Travis together, they're cute, and they feel bad for Scott, kind of, but who cares? He's always dating like 21-year-old models. So that was them. Khloe. She and Tristan are friends, and they hang out a lot. From what I've seen in the media, he has publicly cheated a lot on Khloe, even while she was pregnant, even with her sister's best friend, like Kylie's best friend. He cheated with her, I think, and I don't approve, and I was so mad that they're friends. They looked like a little more than friends on the show, but apparently he goes to therapy a lot and is trying to work out his issues to be together, but Khloe is the one saying no. If you're a Kardashian fan and a hardcore, like, what is the consensus on Tristan? Because from a semi-outsider's perspective, I hate the guy. Like, he has put her through too much. Sad for Khloe. She's one of my favorites because Khloe is the personality. She's the funny one, and I remember that way from back in the day. She's like the no-nonsense, keeping it real, funny sister. So I was rooting for her. We see Kylie, who is pregnant at the time with her second baby, formerly known as Wolf, now unknown to the public, I think. Is it Jack or something? I don't know. Kylie is pregnant in this pilot episode. She's like 6 months along, her second baby after Stormi. We don't see much else of her. And in this episode, Kendall had COVID, so we didn't see any of her. They try to have this like fun, like very truth, honest moment where she admits she has COVID in this silly way. Chris had told us like, oh, she has the flu or something. Immediately when Chris said that, I was like, and then the next second, Kendall was like, I had COVID, ha ha ha. She seemed okay and not like very ill. It didn't seem to hit her that hard. Like I said, the main plot was Kim getting ready for SNL, and I didn't even put the dots together. My boyfriend Cameron happened to be watching with me, and he was like, wait, SNL? Is that where they met? Pete and Kim, SNL, Pete Davidson. So it seems like they're setting up Pete and that relationship in this episode by Kim having this big SNL goal. And she's really conflicted about it because she's like, I don't want to do this. Everyone's forcing me to do this. But after Cameron pointed it out, I was like, oh, this is all setting up the whole plot of the season of Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's relationship forming. I mean, Kim is our protagonist, so like she has to have a good storyline this season. We don't see her get to SNL, we just see her do the fittings. We do hear her mention that Pete texted her some words of encouragement or something. The groundwork is being laid for Kim to get laid. That's kind of what's keeping me hooked on the season. I just want to see what that dynamic is like because I cannot picture it. Like, what do they talk about? So I want to see. We're gonna see this season. We also might see the stuff about Kanye and how he publicly attacked Pete and Kim so harshly. And I hate to say I'm intrigued. I'm not someone that's been a Kardashian lover or severe hater at any point, so I think I'm now appreciating them more for their impact on influencer culture and reality TV. Even though the impact I wouldn't say is positive. I, as someone that loves pop culture and fame, I acknowledge that a huge impact is interesting to me, whether it's positive or negative or neutral. Definitely interesting, and I'm gonna keep watching. Let me know if y'all are interested in more, but I just wanted to talk about some of my feelings about this pilot. I think it's about time they go on a streaming platform where they're accessible. Also, a TV show like this is like fodder for making memes, which the Kardashians are so many memes. Having this TV show is gonna give us that constant content of different Kardashian memes and viral things they say. Kim is such a robot. Every interview I'm just like, are you a robot? She even said it in this episode. She said she's a robot. So that's all I have for this video. I know it's a quick one. I just wanted to chat about a show I watched, and that's all. Let me know what you thought of the Kardashians, the new reboot of their show. I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed. I put out new videos twice a week about TV, pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things. You can follow me at Miscellaneous on Instagram or Twitter to find out about new videos, or just turn on the bell notification here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.